All right, tubers. Madame Roy back once again. I hope a bunch of you guys are going to be able to make it to this live stream. I've had so many requests from you guys over the last 24 hours to show the status of some of these computers that I picked up yesterday. Unfortunately, I haven't even had a chance to get to the desktops yet, but I have really started working on some of the laptops. There were a few surprises there. Got to clean this lens a little bit. I see Stephen Barber's here. Hi there, Matt. Great haul. That's Chris Bartlett. Thank you very much. Again, like yesterday, we'll give this a couple of minutes to let everybody get here. I gave you guys a good amount of warning this morning, or I should say notice. I shouldn't say warning. That just doesn't sound right. We got 8 people here. And again, I realize a lot of you guys are at work, and that's okay. You guys can watch this in post production. Mr. Jimmy said it's 2 a.m. there and he got woke up by this, and I think he's in New Zealand. So, yeah, I'm not surprised there. Well, I'm glad you can make it here to the live stream. I don't have everything set up and running yet, but I have a good amount of systems, a good selection of the laptops that I think you guys will be interested in seeing. Chris Bartlett was an accent. I saw you Oh, an accent! I saw you live. Great. I catched it at 11:30 p.m. there. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you guys. Liam Dyson. Hey Matt, hope your day is going well. It is so far though. It's only 10 a.m. here in the eastern part of the United States. If you ever see me put up EST, that stands for Eastern Standard Time. If you ever want to know what that is in your area, you can always just look it up online. What is the time? Just look up what is the time in Virginia, and it'll tell you that. All right, I think we've waited long enough. I've given you guys plenty of notice. Let's go ahead and delve into some of these laptops here. I'm going to turn you guys around. The first one here, I have quite a few of these systems. These are those Dell, these are actually 5420s. I wound up looking this up later on. At least that's what the BIOS says they are. I have quite a few of these. These are rocking Core i3 processors, and they have Windows 7, or they did have Windows 7 installed originally. Chris Bartlett's Australia Central Time. Nice. Now these are pretty much all the same. They have second gen Core i3s. This is an i3 2330M running at 2.2 gigahertz. They don't all have the same amount of memory. This one has 6 gigs of RAM. The other ones I have, I think, actually have 4 gigabytes of RAM. And let me look and see what the hard drives are. Yeah, the hard drives in these are only 250s, but they do run well. The battery seems to hold a decent charge on here, though it does tell me that in the BIOS that battery will need to be replaced at some point. Wow, it really can't focus closely on there. These show normal signs of wear. You can see there's a little bit of wear on the space bar there and the enter key. Very typical for these models. Very slight wear on the touchpad here. You almost can't even see it, to be honest with you. For ports, this particular system has USB and headphone jack on the right. This one just has a DVD-ROM and a CD drive, not a burner at all. I'll have to see about upgrading that. Got a VGA out there. And then on this side, we have what appears to be some type of SD card reader, PCM CIA. I'm guessing the Rev 2 slot. We have USB, eSATA, HDMI, and good old Firewire IEEE 1394. So once again, good array of ports on these, and being that this was a business class system, no webcam on that. So that's one of them. I'll go ahead and move on to this one. This one I'm actually a little more excited about. This is a Dell Inspiron 17. You can see this one has a Core i3 3rd gen. This is a 3227U. So a little bit newer processor at a slower, albeit a slower clock speed. This has 4 gigabytes of RAM. And I believe this has a 500 gig drive. Yeah, this one has a 500 gigabyte hard drive. And I'll have to see what this is. For some reason, there's another partition here that's about 100 megabytes. Maybe a recovery partition of some type. I don't know. Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably the recovery partition there. This laptop's in good shape. This is the one that has what I like to call the matte finish on it. You can kind of do that to it. Very, very rugged. And yes, this is a 17-inch laptop. Over here, we have one USB port, what I believe is a DVD burner. Let me see. Yep, that is a DVD burner. You can see it right there, DVD RW drive. And then on this side for ports, we have a headphone jack, three USB ports, two of which are 3.0 ports. We have Ethernet port, and we have an HDMI port. So this laptop is actually in really, really good shape. And while I'm talking, look who is here. Off, off. He knows better. So another laptop that is perfectly fine. Again, it does show some wear. You can see the wear on the trackpad. Very, very typical for these models. The paint tends to wear a little bit on those. The keyboard, this one was kind of interesting. Generally, I find the wear on the spacebar to be towards the right. This one, for some reason, it's more towards the center and to the left. But again, nothing too terrible. This laptop is overall in excellent condition. We'll go ahead and move over to this one. This is another one of those Inspiron 5000 series. Let's see what model this is, if it even tells me. Where would it tell me on there? It may not. Yeah, this one's not telling me. But again, this one has a 250 gigabyte hard drive, standard DVD ROM, so I'll probably have to upgrade these considerably. Again, Core i3 2330M in this one and again, this one only has the 4 gigabytes of RAM, which some of these have 4, some have 6. Now this one I have not done anything to. This one I can only get into the BIOS because there's no operating system or anything installed on here. Battery information does say the health is low, so probably have to look into getting a new battery, though oddly enough, the other one also said it was low, but I went ahead and charged it, discharged it, charged it, discharged it again, and now it says the battery's fine, so I may just need to do some battery tendering with this. For an FYI for you guys, sometimes laptop batteries can go bad or appear to be bad just from sitting and not being used, so you fully charge the battery, then you let it run on the battery, let it run down, charge it up again, then let it run down again, then charge it up again for like the third time, and the battery does get some of its health back, so that's definitely worth giving a try. Standard BIOS, oh, here it is, I just missed it. It's a Latitude E5420, which I believe the other one is as well. Oh, we got a lot of people. Robert Jones, hello, man. Mr. Jimmy says, nice. So you have put Windows 10 on that. I'd like Windows 7 better. Chris Bartlett. Yes, Chris, we know you like Windows 7, but unfortunately for resale purposes, it almost has to be Windows 10 now. Though, you do have a good point. I may load Windows 7 on one or two of these because there's every chance that I may have a business person purchasing these. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to let that battery work its magic, see if I can bring that a little bit more back to life. All right, tubers, I'm going to show you this laptop. This laptop over here is one that I did not know what it was because it had actually been taped shut. So I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised. This is another one of the laptops I got from this haul yesterday. Now I want you to look very closely and see what that says. Your eyes are not deceiving you. That does actually say Core i7 inside. This is a Toshiba rocking, if you can see it right there, Core i7 3rd Gen 3630QM. So Sandy Bridge, I think that might be a Sandy Bridge processor. 8 gigabytes of RAM. And if I open this up, has a 500 gigabyte hard drive. Now I have done extensive testing on this laptop, and it is in good shape except for the battery. As you can see down here, the battery is not holding any charge. As a matter of fact, it says it's fully charged, but it's not. The battery is stone dead in this. But other than that, this laptop is in excellent condition. Let me show you guys something very interesting about this laptop too. I'm going to open up Crystal Disk Info real quick. Hopefully it'll focus on there. Do you see how low it's got? A Western Digital WD500B PVX 500 gig hard drive, but look at that. Look at the power on count and the power on hours. This is a very lightly used hard drive. Doesn't even have 2,000 hours for power on hours. And the power on count's a little high for that, but honestly, this is a hard drive that still has a lot of life left in it. And the hard drive does test good, but again, the battery unfortunately is another story. The battery is going to need to be replaced, which is not a big deal. I can get batteries on eBay for this like $10, $20. And I have a laptop here that's worth every bit of $250, $300. Again, in pretty good shape, shows a little bit of wear here, but mainly I think that's dirt. What I'm going to do later on, if you look over here, I have this, which is not its original container. This is a container of a product I use a lot called Goo Gone. And what I will do is I'll take a napkin and I will actually spray it on there and then rub a little bit of Goo Gone onto the trackpad, albeit when there's no power hooked up. Do not do this if the computer is on. And a lot of times you'll get rid of that dirt and grime that's built in over the years because you can kind of see a little bit there. And I don't think that's all wear. I do believe that's a lot of dirt. So one of the tricks of the trade is if you have a computer, a laptop, a desktop, what have you, that has a keyboard that's really grungy, but you don't want to throw the keyboard away, try getting some Goo Gone. I usually use either a paper towel or a napkin for lighter jobs. A real heavy job, you can actually use an old toothbrush. Put a little bit of the Goo Gone on the toothbrush and lightly scrub it on the area that you want to clean. Now, once again, you need to make sure the computer itself is off. And then once you've done that, wipe it away, clean it with a little bit of Windex or one of these Clorox wipes. Here is another little trick of the trade I like, the disinfecting wipes. Let it dry, and then you can turn the laptop back on, and a lot of times that makes them appear almost like new. Once again, these two things I use a lot for cleaning: the Goo Gone and what Mom affectionately calls the Clorox wipes, but these are just the generic Lidl brand because they were on sale. These are bleach free. You don't want to get the ones with bleach because they will bleach out whatever you're trying to clean. Let me actually see what these use. I think it's alcohol. I'm pretty sure they use alcohol to clean. I don't see a ingredients list on here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. It uses an alcohol. Yeah, a version of alcohol. So yeah, two things you definitely want to have. All right. Turn you guys around here. I see we got some questions. Robert Jones, Matt, I saw you. All I can say is, whew, I agree. It does not happen every day. Ian Adams, what happened to the first HP laptop you showed? The HP ProBook? That one is sitting upstairs. That is going to be my personal laptop. That is staying with me for a while. I may sell it in the near future. We'll go up in a few minutes and I'll show you guys that laptop. I actually have it sitting up in my room right now. I didn't want to confuse that with the laptops that I'm going to be fixing and selling. Stephen Barber can't wait to see the ProBook. Oh, yeah, that's a great laptop. That laptop is almost indestructible. It's got a metal casing, a metal top. Pretty much everything that can be metal on there is metal. It's very, very beefy. The only thing I don't like about it, and this is very common for professional grade or business grade systems, is the speakers are horrible. So if I'm going to be listening to music, I'll have to bring a little Bluetooth speaker with me because it does have Bluetooth built in. That broken one, did you fix it or not? I think you're referring to the that little Dell Latitude, the one that was hit by the forklift. I did. That one really didn't have any problem other than the case was messed up. And what I did is I took a pair of pliers and was able to carefully bend the metal back into place. And then I was able to push the screen and the bezel together. And yeah, that laptop actually works just fine. I honestly don't know what I did with that. I'll have to hang on a second. Let me see. I don't know if that might be the one over here or not. No. I'm not sure what happened to that laptop. I have a lot of them moved around right now. Let me see if it's over here somewhere. Is it that one? Not that one. Sorry, guys. It's really hard to search and keep my ugly mug in the frame there. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened to that laptop right now, but yeah, I mean, it works fine. All right. Great job. Sam Hodgins says, how are the Dell Vostro 260s? I have not had a chance to test any of the desktops. I mentioned that earlier, but you guys probably weren't there yet. I've only been working on the laptops right now. Last night, I kid you not, I wound up getting about 27,000 steps, and that was from taking everything in and out of the car, going there, because this was in a big warehouse that I got all this stuff, and I actually had to carry this stuff, some of it pretty far. But yeah, I'm going to try to work on those today. I'm hoping to at least get one, maybe two towers up and running because at the end of the day, I need to start getting this stuff listed and busting it out because I have a lot of money, at least a lot of money for me, tied up in this product right now. Chris Bartlett, are you plugging in all the laptops everywhere in the house? You got it. You got it. I actually haven't plugged in a lot of them yet. Let me turn you guys around real quick and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I have one sitting here. This is another i3. And the majority of the rest, other than that HP ProBook, are in here. You guys saw this yesterday, so I'm not gonna take a lot of time. But there's a HP there with an AMD Vision, Dell with a Core i3, Toshiba with a Pentium dual core. This one I actually did power up earlier. This is that Asus running Windows 7. This has a Core i3. All the laptops are either Core i3s, AMD, or AMD Vision processors, and only the one there I think is the Pentium dual core. But this one does function, and I'll show you this one real quick. I can't log into it because I haven't I haven't actually done anything to it other than plug it in. Other than that, yeah, you know what? I don't want to show you guys the personal information on there. You'll have to kind of take my word for it that it works, but this one seems to be a really good quality laptop. I mean, really, really sturdy. There are your ports right there. VGA, HDMI, two USB 2.0 ports. You got, if my camera will focus, headphone, microphone jack. In the front, I think this one does not have a SD card reader unless it's over here. Yeah, it's right back here. Got an SD card reader right back there. I don't know why my phone's having trouble. There we go. Nope. And this one also has a DVD burner. Okay. Well, you guys kind of get the idea. But that is pretty much all I've had a chance to do for right now. Ian Adams, where is the cheapest HP laptop? Probably that first one I showed you, the HP with the AMD Vision processor, which I haven't even had a chance to get to that one yet. Yeah, the AMD HP, that's the one right on the end here. I have not tested that one yet. The ones I've showed you right now, other than that ProBook, are the ones that I've gotten to. It really just have not had a lot of time. I've not had any extra time to work with anything else yet. Chris Barlett, your laptops are dual cores, a bit older, but they work. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with laptops with dual cores for most tasks. I would say a laptop with a Core 2 Duo, 4 gigs of RAM, 250, 500 gigabyte hard drive is good enough for the average user that maybe just wants to watch some YouTube videos, peruse Facebook. I mean, heck, when you think about it, a lot of these lower end Chromebooks and some of the lower end Celeron laptops nowadays that people are using, some of them only come with 2 or 3 gigs of RAM and maybe a 100 gig or 64 gigabyte SSD, and they run just fine. Ian Adams, my laptop is an HP Stream 11 and it ran Windows 8.1, and when I upgraded to Windows 10, It sucked. That does happen. Not all systems I've noticed work well with Windows 10. I had a HP Beats Audio desktop, very similar to one of the ones I picked up yesterday that I sold a while back that also did not like Windows 10. No matter how many times I installed it, it would come up with a whole bunch of DLL errors and runtime errors. And when I went back, in that case, that one had a Windows 7 sticker. When I went back to Windows 7, it worked perfectly. So it had to be something to do with some incompatibility with a piece of hardware in that computer. Stephen Barber, my Dell Latitude E6430 is an i7 3720QM processor. Video editing on it is fast. I can imagine. I don't care what i7 you have, from the first gen to the latest gen, an i7 is going to rock for video editing. Even the i5 that's in my ProBook upstairs, which is technically not a quad core, it's a dual core hyper-threaded. So it's a dual core with 4 processing cores, which is kind of messed up because AMD actually sells processors like that all the time. I got to move my hand because this is starting to go numb. And they actually sell them as quad core. But even that computer would rock for video editing. And I'm definitely going to go ahead and give that a try in the near future. Check this out, tubers. What are you doing? I'm being scooched here. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. No, no. Bad kitty. Bad boy. Bad boy. You know better. He's really trying our patience lately, guys. I know I'm off topic here, but I figured you guys want to see Milo. No matter what you do, if you own a cat, you have to give them attention. If you don't, they're gonna make your lives a living, you know what. You're a good boy. You're okay, Milo. Most of the time. Look how big he's getting. Look at this cat. Look at that stripes, and he's got a stripe down the back, got stripes on the sides, spots. He is definitely like Baxter. He is a all-around tabby cat, aren't you, Milo? Aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Well, what? Well, what? What is it? He's like, well, you're not paying attention to me, so I'm going to be a bad boy. I'm going to do exactly what you don't want me to do. You little stinker. Let me know if you guys want to see more cute videos of Milo. I actually have one I can put up later. It's only a short 30-second clip, but it's of him bugging mom when she's trying to exercise. What is it? He's coming around here. All right, tubers. Back on topic. Though he's still scooching me, believe it or not. I like cats. Yeah, Chris Bartlett. I know it. I know it. I love him too most of the time. He's still over here scooching me. You guys got to see this. What? What is it you want? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know you get me good ratings, Milo. Even though the video's off topic, I know people like this. Give me a thumbs up if you like this little side note of me showing Milo. Give me some thumbs up, please. Who's there? There's Mom. Oh, Milo's been getting into the works here. Let me see. Sunrise and Shabooms. I like that. Hey, Matt, I recently had to reformat my hard drive and used a toaster. I take a lot of photos and video, and they are all backed up on sticks. What are your thoughts on using a toaster and old hard drives as backups? That's a very interesting question. I use a hard drive toaster myself to back up old hard drives. General rule, whenever you do a backup, you want to have at least 2 redundant backups, which means you want to have that data on at least 2 different drives. So it sounds like right now you have it on the original hard drive and on your thumb drives. So that's good. If you want to be extra special careful, go ahead and get yourself a little external hard drive and put it on there. That way you'll have 3 redundant backups. That being said, if the reason you got it off the original hard drive is it was failing, then you need to go ahead and put that on another drive, albeit another external hard drive, something like another memory stick, or you could always do a cloud backup. Though I'm not a huge fan of cloud storage myself. Jordan Bird, you want my cat? He is orange American cat named Milo as well. Oh my goodness. I would love to have another cat, but I think my father would disown us. Somebody wants to give us an orange cat, Mom. You know, must have went back outside. Yeah, unfortunately, I'll have to pass on that. Let's go ahead and go upstairs. I'm actually starting to lose my voice here. Oh, man. I'll tell you, after yesterday, my back is really, really, really sore. I want to show you guys the HP. I've asked Mom not to do that. It drives me nuts. She hangs the shirts right on my doorknob, which prevent me from actually getting in my room. What are you going to do, right? Mothers, you got to love them. There we go. All right, let's turn you guys around, and I'll go ahead and show you this HP Pro book real quick. Sorry, I'm starting to lose my voice here. Here it is, tubers, in all of its metallic glory. It's not perfect. It has a few light scratches. It's got a little scratch here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It has a tiny little dent that you can only see in the right light. Go ahead and open it up here. It's just so solid. I love this laptop. Metal, metal, metal. Totally metal on top. And for those of you who didn't see yesterday, this is an HP ProBook 4540S. We'll go ahead and boot this up real quick. I do need to clean it a little bit better. I cleaned it last night, but I still see some streaks on the screen. But we'll take care of that in due time. All right. Let me go ahead and log in. I don't want you guys to see my information. Actually, let me show you how I log into this system. Okay, you see that right there? The easiest way to log into any computer. Sometimes you have to do it twice. Oh, there we go. Does it work? Nope, couldn't recognize it. Sometimes you got to do it more than once. There we go. You know what's happening to me? My fingers have gotten kind of brittle from the other day, so may have had a hard time recognizing the fingerprint. Yep, there's Simon. And here is the HP ProBook, and I'll show you guys. It is running perfectly. For right now, it's running the stock 8 gigs of RAM, which I'll probably keep. That's more than enough for me. And it's also running a 500 gigabyte, I believe it's a Toshiba hard drive that's in this one. Probably conventional hard drive. Probably upgrade that to an SSD when and if I can get some extra money. There you go. Core i5-3320M running at 2.6 gigahertz with 8 gigabytes of RAM. You can see it is being used by the video memory. This is rocking a AMD Radeon. It's got Radeon graphics in it, which I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what it is. Let's go ahead and look at that real quick. Does this have this might have a dual video card. I think it does. Let me see if I can figure that out. Advanced settings. See, right now it's got the HD. Okay, the stock is the Intel HD Graphics 4000. Let's see if this actually has a dual video, because it does say that it has Radeon graphics in it. I think I remember Eric Brunhammer telling me these had dual video cards. I wish you were here, Eric. You could be helping me out right now. Display adapter. Yes, it does. It has an AMD Radeon HD 7650M and an Intel HD Graphics 4000. So this actually has dual video cards. Basically how that works for normal everyday activities, so it saves on the battery, it uses the Intel graphics. But if you need something like you're playing a game, rendering video, or watching like a 4K video on YouTube, it switches to the AMD graphics card. So that is really cool. I'm just noticing I have 2 drivers that didn't install. Base system, which is usually for the memory card reader. I'll have to look into that later. Again, I literally just got this up and running the other day. Miss Jimmy, I had the same laptop keyboard. Some keys died on it, and two other people I know had this laptop had the same problem. Yeah, these are working just fine so far. What does it say? Knock on wood, or in this case, the plastic mesh table over here. But yeah, that is just a quick update on the ProBook. Again, I haven't really had much of an opportunity to even look into it. I loaded Windows last night on this, loaded my music collection, put on Movie Maker, and that was it. Stephen Barber, if you wanted to, could add a i7 in that system in a quad core if it's a third gen processor. I'm not going to do that. I don't like i7s in laptops because they run too hot. I actually like the way this is set up with the dual core and the hyperthread dual core. More than enough power for me, but that is a good point. That is definitely a good point. No, I will not be able to test any more laptops today. I have way too much stuff. Sam Hodge, an historical Pound World is shutting down the UK. I managed to get a 400 milliamp battery for $2. I don't know if you mean $2 or £2, but either way, that's a great deal. 70% off. Unbelievable. Chris Barlow, what version of Movie Maker am I using? 2012, the last good version, or the last actual version of Movie Maker. The new one that they put out, the slides, that's not Movie Maker. That's an abomination to me. All right, tubers, that is going to be it for this live stream. I am starting to lose my voice here. My hand's actually going numb. I'm going to get myself a good selfie stick in the future because holding the phone in my hands for any length of time is just too hard. I'm going to wind up developing that carpal tunnel syndrome that everybody seems to have these days. We'll go on and answer a couple more questions though. Movie Maker is the bomb. Yeah, I agree. I love it. All right, I guess that's it. All right, tubers, please continue to like and subscribe. And as always, have a blessed day, everybody. And Mr. Jimmy, go to sleep and have good dreams.